The Mandalorian and Grogu are back for another week of sci-fi adventure. The last episode had audiences brought back into the world of Din Djarin and company, who wishes to visit the salt mines of Mandalore and to dive into the waters below. The last episode left Mando in a bit of a pickle, being unable to repair IG-11 quickly enough. He visits its friend Peli Motto, played by Amy Sedaris. Din seeks her help alongside her handy Jawa crew, while Motto assures to repair IG-11, she grants him a different droid, an astromech. R5 joins the crew on their journey to Mandalore. Having him work as an autopilot also helped Grogu out in the short term too. As they take off to Tatooine, the celebrations for Boonta Eve take place. Fun fact, Boonta Eve is tied to the pod racing, like the race in Star Wars Episode 1. Meanwhile, Din takes the adventure as a chance to show Grogu some of the Mandalorian principles. He shows Grogu where he grew up and mentioned how Bo-Katan was in the same star system. He makes a huge emphasis on the fact that Mandalorians have to work their way across the galaxy so that they're never lost. This all plays a pretty big factor even in this episode later on. The three arrive on the salvaged surface level of Mandalore. Specifically, the crew arrived in the capital city of Sindari. R5 is sent down to get measurements of the planet's atmosphere. Din Djarin was told by his clan that the land was cursed and takes caution when on the planet. R5 loses signal when he goes further deep, and Mando is forced to retrieve him. The three return to the ship after Mando discovers the atmosphere on Mandalore was actually breathable. In contrast to the clan, Bo-Katan told Din that the land was not cursed, but rather ravaged and destroyed. Mando and Grogu go back down the salt mines of Mandalore to find the waters beneath. Din is trapped in a cage after finding an abandoned Mandalorian helmet. The trapper looks to be an insect-robotic hybrid and traps Mando. He tells Grogu to go find Bo-Katan and to save him. Grogu uses his force abilities to get back to the ship, and he and R5 storm off to Bo-Katan's castle. They arrive and find Bo-Katan confused about where Mando is. She decides to take Grogu and R5 to Mandalore to help find Din. They discover that he is being drained of fluids from this creature, but is still alive. Bo-Katan begins to rescue Mando until the creature attacks. She quickly snatches a darksaber and begins to fight off the threat. Bo-Katan is able to save Mando, but he insists on going further into the mines. She is confused, but goes along with it since Din owes her for saving his life. The two journey deeper into the mines as they reflect some of the lore and history of the city and of the Mandalorians. Bo-Katan references her father and his initial sacrifice to defend his home and his people. This is a big and long payoff for many Clone War viewers, like myself. While Bo might not be too impressed with the ways of Din Djarin's clan of the Mandalorians, she respects his commitment and respects his devotion when many others lose hope. Perhaps Din Djarin is showing some fire that Bo-Katan's clan was missing for years. She is reminded of Jedi by Grogu and spoke of her alliances with them in the past. Again, all references to the Clone Wars series, so if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it and learn some of that history. I'm loving the world building and the lore additions that we are getting to the Mandalorian. Seeing the world of Din Djarin blend with other big Star Wars characters is a nice touch to the new season. He's already met with Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and Bo-Katan. But back to the conversation, Bo-Katan also references the Mythosaur, a native creature to the planet and carries a legendary aura in the Mandalorian mythology. It was told that the first age of the Mandalorians came when Mandalore the First arrived and colonized the planet alongside his people. They hunted down a lot of these mythosaurs and eventually towards extinction. Now the legend lives on as a symbol of the Mandalorians and the sigil of their overall clan. The three finally arrive at the waters beneath the mines, and Mando is finally able to be redeemed of his transgressions. He steps in the water and recites the creed. However, he's pulled into the water by a creature beneath, and Bo-Katan jumps in for the save. The two are able to get back up to the surface, but they both get a good look at the creature. It turns out that a mythosaur was lurking in the waters beneath and almost took in Mando. Bo-Katan made the rescue, but will this creature return for a future episode? The mythosaur holds such a relevance in the Mandalorian creed, I would bet on yes. Din Djarin is capable of almost any physical task, but to paraphrase a quote from Bo-Katan, he's not the only Mandalorian. It looks like Mando will be needing help from allies all around, and Bo-Katan proves to be very vulnerable with the darksaber. I wouldn't say her intentions are super pure, since she has some restrained frustration for not having the darksaber. She's eyeing the legendary weapon, and now she is owed a debt for saving Mando's life. Again, I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was a good addition to the overall season. I think we're going to get more teases of Bo-Katan and Din Djarin's moral compasses kind of being in conflict. I think all of that's going to be explored later in the season, and I'm loving that we're getting a lot of hints of Grogu's force abilities in this season as well. We obviously knew Grogu was off training with Luke Skywalker for a long time, so it's going to be interesting to see how he progresses this season as well. I'm sure more of these two will be explored in the next episode, but let me know if you guys enjoyed the latest episode from The Mandalorian. And do you think the alliance between Bo-Katan and Din Djarin is a temporary one? Share all those thoughts down below. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed today's topic. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button and also hit that sub button so you don't miss any big videos like this one. Just click that bell so you get notified every time a video goes up. If you have some time to spare, please check out some of these videos on your screen right now.